Travel companions, in this video, we'll see one of the 5 days of an itinerary through Rome. Let's get started. Day 2 in Rome. From our accommodation, we were just a few steps away from the Pantheon, only 500 meters, so we started walking. But first, we'll pass by Piazza Colonna and the Column of Marcus Aurelius. Walking through Rome is a constant discovery, and as I said at the beginning, you won't take 2 steps without stopping for something that catches your attention. We also passed by the Piazza di Pietra and the Temple of Hadrian. Incorporated into a building. In this Piazza di Pietra, we find the remains of the Temple of Hadrian, built in the year 145. As I was saying, you won't be able to walk even a block without stopping, so wear very comfortable shoes and bring water bottles to refill, since there are many fountains in Rome and the water is drinkable. Take advantage of it because it comes out really cold. This is how we reach the Pantheon of Agrippa, about 800 meters away. This ancient Roman temple, now consecrated as a Catholic church, has a concrete dome with a central opening, or oculus, to the sky. Almost 2,000 years after its construction, the Pantheon's dome is still the largest unreinforced concrete dome in the world. Until last year, it wasn't necessary to pay to enter, but now it costs €5. You can get it online, on the official website, or right there at the ticket office. But, as is the case throughout Rome, you'll find a lot of people. We had ours reserved in advance. It's something wonderful. Don't miss going into the Pantheon. It's magnificent to see that dome from the inside, to see the columns and the whole interior as well. Really, inside you'll find Raphael's tomb. The square in front of the Pantheon is called Piazza della Rotonda, and it gives its name to a district of the city. Throughout this entire journey, both in Rome and in Italy, we were accompanied by the Embedded Subscriber Identity module from Olafly. In this case, we chose the Olafly Italy Unlimited Internet Embedded Subscriber Identity module, but if you're going to visit several countries, I recommend choosing the Olafly Europe Embedded Subscriber Identity module, which is the one we've used on other occasions. You also have unlimited internet, just like in multiple destinations, and you can choose to book it for exactly the number of days you are traveling. As I mentioned before, using roaming is not a good option because of the high costs. And looking for Wi-Fi everywhere, it's already a bit uncomfortable because in several places we've had to book tickets online at the moment or download audio guides. It's convenient for us. You make the purchase, the QR code arrives instantly, and you can install it right from the app. However, keep in mind that embedded subscriber identity module technology isn't compatible with all phones, and if your phone isn't unlocked by your carrier, whether it's with this or any other type of embedded subscriber identity module, your phone won't accept it. Before making the purchase, check the compatibility in the app. We've left a discount code for Europa Accompagnata followers in the description. We took a little detour before reaching our next destination and headed to another one. One of the many churches you can't miss in Rome. One recommendation is to go inside the churches you see along the way. Their interiors are very beautiful, and besides, keep in mind that entry to them is free. Anyway, I'll mention a few specific ones that I think are must-sees. And that's how we arrive at San Ignacio de Loyola. Its interior is wonderful, in addition to the impressive works of art. The other thing we'll look at when entering this church is its dome, which actually doesn't exist. It's painted, and its visual effect makes us not realize it. We leave this Baroque church and head to Santa Maria sopra Minerva, Maria Minerva. Santa Maria sopra Minerva. It gets its name from the tradition that, like many other basilicas from the early days of Christianity, it is built over a pagan temple dedicated to the goddess Minerva. The basilica is located in the small Minerva Square. I recommend going inside. It is truly beautiful. Rome is getting ready for the Jubilee year in 2025, so the city is undergoing several renovations, and we'll notice it even more in some places, like this Piazza Navona. From the Pantheon, with the tour of the churches, we walked about 1.5 kilometers. The square with Bernini's fountain is always a beautiful sight to see, but this time we settled for some archive footage, thinking that for those who see it next year, it will be real and shining. Anyway, even with construction and scaffolding, it's beautiful, and we were able to enjoy it. You'll find that the signs for the square appear under Piazza Navona, Stadium of Domitian, and that's because there really was a stadium at this site. But do you know what? The remains are underneath the square, so we're going to go down to the underground levels of Piazza Navona to see it. The entrance fee is €9, and you can buy it there or online. At least when we went, it wasn't very crowded. It's worth it, but with so many things to see and visit in Rome, it wouldn't be a must-see. When we returned to the square, we visited St. Agnes in Agony, which is also highly recommended and very beautiful. The church is built on the site where the Christian St. Agnes was martyred, in the ancient Stadium of Domitian, which we just talked about. After admiring this church, which is beautiful just a few meters away, we will visit another beautiful church, the Church of St. Louis of the French. Its interior is impressive. As you can see, it is also under restoration, and some of its most famous works cannot be seen. But anyway, it's really worth the visit. A stop to grab something to eat, and a longer walk to visit the Capitoline museums. Goodbye. As we said, now we'll take a slightly longer walk, about 1.2 kilometers. We're separated. The Capitoline museums were a pleasant surprise, an interesting tour. It is made up of the Palazzo dei Conservatori and the Palazzo Nuovo. The two buildings are located in the Piazza del Campidoglio, remodeled following Michelangelo's design, and are connected by the Lapidary Gallery, an underground passage that crosses the Piazza del Campidoglio without having to leave the museums. Inside, among many works, you will find the original equestrian statue of Marcus Aurelius, the one in the Piazza del Campidoglio, which is actually a replica. Inside, you will find the original and be able to observe it closely. It's wonderful to see. Also, the Capitoline wolf, the famous she-wolf of Romulus and Remus, and among others, as I was saying, many works, like the head of the colossal statue of Constantine. The Capitoline museums were the first in the world to open their doors to the public during the 15th century. You can buy your ticket on the official website or at the venue, and the price is 13 euros. I'll leave the link in the description. Subscribe to the channel. After leaving the museum, we went to another place we still had to visit, the Palazzo Venezia, which is about 600 meters away. The Palazzo Venezia was built between 1455 and 1467 by order of the Venetian Cardinal Pietro Barbo, who later became pope under the name Paul II. Travertine from the Colosseum and the Theatre of Marcellus was used. Now turned into a museum, we can walk through its halls admiring its collections, as well as its inner courtyards. As we mentioned, the ticket includes the climb to the Vittorio Emanuele Monument and costs 15 euros. Large halls will dazzle us in this palace. But leaving the palace, we know that this tour is missing another of Rome's icons, the Trevi fountain. Thank you for... This magnificent fountain needs no introduction. It's something that takes your breath away when you see it, but the number of people is really overwhelming, and it kind of ruins the moment. You probably won't see it with few people, but early in the morning, you can enjoy it more. So, even though we're putting it here now, should you come back or choose to go early? You can also access it by going around, right there at the corner, almost. To the underground areas of it, to the underground areas of the fountain. The Città dell'Acqua has a cost of 5 euros, but I recommend booking it online, because at least we couldn't get tickets at the place due to the high turnout. So I can't tell you what the experience is like. There are many people visiting, so it must be interesting. And what place will we leave to finish tonight? The Trevi Fountain? Thank you for watching the video. At night, in the early morning, you'll find it with few people, and you'll enjoy seeing every detail of this wonderful construction. Just like being able to throw the coin in peace and go to sleep, because tomorrow will be a long day. I told you that to visit Rome, you'll need to manage your energy. I'll leave you here on day 3.